All right, we are back. Hopefully. Not sure what the hell happened. Get the live chat back going. There we go. How about that? Is that better? Do we have audio now? Are you able to hear me now? Oh, I don't know what the hell just happened. Volume is great. Excellent. One thing you guys got to remember, double ear infections. I can't hear shit in the office. Let me try and adjust it a little bit. There we go. Get that volume up for you guys. So here I am just talking and talking and talking and talking. You know, doing what I do best. Talk, right? I see Reggie's message come across. His first one. Alex M., what's going on, buddy? Joyce is in the house. Who dat Bob? What's going on, guys? And next thing you know, an error on our broadcasting software pops up. And I never seen this one. And I was like, huh, it wouldn't let me. I had to force quit some apps. Reboot the Mac. Camera stayed on the entire time, so that was nice and easy. And then, of course, we get back on and there's no volume. So I turn on my computer volume and I forget I could barely hear anything at all, so I couldn't hear jack shit anyways. Cheeto, how am I feeling? Double ear infections and a viral infection all in one. And to boot, I bit my tongue while eating lunch today. So, I've been better, but I'm here. Steven, they can't hold a good man down, let me tell you. They cannot hold a good man down. All right, so now let me open up those windows again. Let me get my odds up. Let me open up those screens. We're going to break down that college football game, even though I'm not betting it. We're going to bust it down. Help out everybody that is. I see Duke struggling early to make some shots. Going over some scores. Ducks and the Bruins are tied 0-0. Maple Leafs lead Florida 1-0. Flyers lead Nashville 1-0. Pittsburgh and Minnesota tied up 1 apiece. Red Wings lead Carolina 1-0. Blue Jackets lead the Devils 1-0 in the NHL. NBA has not started yet. College basketball. Monmouth up by 8 against Yale. Here's a game that we took. Northern Illinois versus North Kentucky. One of the games on my cards. Northern Illinois up by 1, getting 6.5 points. Look at that Zion Williamson kid, 6'7", 285 pounds for Duke. He was named after Mount Zion near Jerusalem. Wow. That kid, it says he grew 5 inches between 8th grade and the start of high school. Can you imagine those growing pains? Wow. A lot of growing pains for that kid. All right, I'm getting all the screens popped up, guys. Oh, Curtis has got to go to the penalty box for grossing everybody out. Too much info there, Curtis. Where's our buddy Reggie? Where's our buddy A-Rod? They too busy with each other? Oh, good to know you're here. You're here, but you haven't given me a thumbs up or a thumbs down yet. All right, I got the screens popping up. They're hanging with Bobo. Bobo the Clown. Bobo the Clown. I got to tell you, during the live show, or when we gave out the free day on Monday, Bobo the Clown tried registering an account. Then he called in asking why he couldn't get it. I said because we banned him. Yeah, Karen, he was very derogatory yesterday. Go watch the live chat from yesterday. Then when we called him out, he disappeared like a ghost. Poof. Poof. He gone. Who dad, whatever, 79. Marshall gonna roll tonight. Slow but surely blowout. Interesting. Northern Illinois up by 3 left in the first. That I like. Notre Dame up by 14 at the half at Jacksonville. Pittsburgh up 22 against New Orleans, laying 14 and a half. Purdue up 13 at the half against Ohio, laying 16 and a half. What's going on, Mr. Lester? Brad, I never worry about the haters. I appreciate them all. I love all our fans, our viewers, our supporters, our haters, the trolls. I appreciate every single one of you. The other sports services that are infatuated with us, make posts about me, name me. They obviously check me out because they check out my looks. Sorry to disappoint, but I don't swing that way. I'm happily married. Gotta work at 2 a.m. Central Time. Ooh, that's early. Alrighty. Let's get some breakdown. I'm still waiting for that screen to pop up. I'm afraid to open something because I'm afraid the software is going to crash again all of a sudden. Ty, bad weather rolling in for that bowl game. Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. The Pirate Bowl. Who that's got the under 51? Just 12 hours ago in Florida, a small storm walloped 12 mobile homes, not too far from Tampa. Which, heavy rain, heavy wind, big storm. Battle of the run games. One team is notably better running the ball. The other team is notably better defending the run. We're going to break down that game in its entirety. Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. Starting in 13 minutes. Be televised on ESPN. Raymond James Stadium. This is a home game for South Florida. An absolute home game for South Florida. I mean, that's got to suck. You finally make a bowl game. You're in the bowl, playing a bowl game, and no perks of traveling. No great bowl game. No hotel. No bowl travel experience. That's what these college kids play for. That's why they fight to become bowl eligible. Feel sorry for them. Let's check out the odds on this game. Line opened up at 3. It jumped to 3.5, favoring Marshall. It's back down to 3 in most spots. South Florida catching 3 at home against an 8-4 Marshall, who was only 4-8 against the spread. South Florida was 7-5 straight up and 4-8 against the spread as well. While I'm popping up the money, seeing where all the money's at, Conference USA against American Athletic Conference. John Holliday coaching for Marshall. Charlie Strong coaching for South Florida. Head coaching advantage, definitely South Florida. Although Charlie Strong is capable of screwing stuff up all himself. Duke almost regained the lead there with a nice little finger roll, but in and out. 100% public bet game here, nearly. So over 70%, 72% of all public bettors are riding Marshall, laying the 3 points, all because of questions about a quarterback at South Florida. Only 30% of public bettors are taking South Florida in the points. See if I can pop up another statistic from another spot. All right, so that number's actually up to 84% at all the William Hill books for every dollar wagered coming in on Marshall. Marshall is the number one liability for the books tonight. You all know how that goes. You know how that story ends. As far as the total on that game, 61% of bettors are riding the under, 39% on the over. When it comes to the money line, it's 50-50. Duke getting the ball back. Game 215, 216, Marshall versus South Florida. Let's run through this real quickly for anybody that wants to bet it. I'm not betting this game. All right, let me put that out there. I am not betting this game. However, if I was, I'd be taking the points. But I'm not betting it. That's not even a lean. It's more like a like, not a lean. Some big movement on the total here. Oh, total opened up at 54. It actually got to 54.5. I seen 55.5 earlier in the week. It is now down to 50. 50 at the Westgate, 50 at the Mirage, William Hill, the Win. CG Technologies has got it at 50.5. The Bulls South Florida, guys, the Bulls fell apart the last stretch of the season. Started out 7-0, dropped their last 5 games. Unbelievable the way they started out the year. They beat Elon, they beat Georgia Tech, Illinois, East Carolina University, Massachusetts, Tulsa, and Connecticut. Rolled all over an easy schedule to a 7-0 start. Then they lost to Houston, 36-57. 41-15. I remember that game. It was painful. They lost to Cincinnati 35-23. They lost to Temple 27-17. Then they lost to UCF just under a month ago, 38-10. UCF was playing with a backup quarterback. But so was South Florida. Their injured quarterback, Blake Barnett, he is available if they need him today. They're saying emergency situations only. However, he is testing his legs in the warm-up. How about that? They put out that he shed his walking boot earlier in the day. He has practiced. He is suited. They announced 3 hours ago. This is where people are going wrong, and they're jumping to conclusions. Barnett is available to play, and it gets even better. He's been out testing his legs and warm up. You never know. He may be on the field to start for South Florida. If he is, that's a game changer right there. When you look at stuff, when you look at the stats for the run game, so if the weather's going to be horrible, you need to look at the run game. All right, guys. Marshall averages running the ball 156 yards a game on 36 carries. South Florida averages 40 carries a game, 203 yards. Averages 5.1 yards per carry. You look at passing the ball. South Florida's got them beat. Averages 241 yards a game, 7.2 yards per passing attempt. Marshall averages 229 yards in the air. Look at the defensive side of things. Defending the run. Marshall's got the edge, limiting teams to 104 yards per game. South Florida has been ran all over at giving up 245 yards a game running the ball. Anybody who's wanted to run the ball against South Florida and Charlie Strong's team has been absolutely capable of doing that. The letdown here in this bowl game is not Marshall's letdown of a season. It's South Florida playing at home in their bowl game. Those kids want to go to a bowl game. They don't want to go. They don't want to play at home. I like it, Alex. I am rooting for South Florida plus the points. Marshall does have an excellent bowl game history, but I'm going to be honest. Checking out what happened in a bowl game in 2017, 2015, 14, 13, and 11 has no bearing on what's going to happen in today's game. Same thing with last year. South Florida beating Texas Tech in the Birmingham Bowl, winning 38-34. Or beating South Carolina the year before that. Two big teams. Alex, I'll tell you a story. It's good to go with the gut. Never bet with your heart. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I hope you all win if that's even possible. However, you guys know what I'd be taking. I think it does. Or not today, Alex. I do know about that gut. That gut been fed a lot of steak and lobster. A lot of steak and lobster. Although I think it's going to have some Campbell's chicken noodle soup tonight. Yeah, but Alex, a woman's intuition's always supposed to be wrong, right? Sorry, Karen. Sorry, Joyce. Absolutely. South Florida is 7-2-1 against the spread their last 10 games at home against good teams with an 80% or better winning percentage. It's because we're losing, Curtis. We've been losing. We got to go to Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Hey, but I'm not down to ramen just yet. Marshall is 0-7 against the spread their last 7 games playing on Thursday. Marshall 6-1 on the under their last 7 games on the road after a blow-up, straight-up loss of 20 points or more. Marshall riding their loss to Virginia Tech 41-20 back on December 1st. Marshall was a team that's made me a lot of money over the years. But the last two, I haven't rode them as hard or made it as much. No, Alex, definitely not down to ramen. Alex, we love Thursdays. Marshall is 0-7 against the spread playing on Thursdays. I guess that's the sick kid in me that wants the Campbell's chicken noodle soup tonight. Although I am hoping. My wife and little one went to some Christmas church service with a friend that asked if they'd go with tonight. And I'm hoping she stops at like Panera or somewhere and picks up a soup bowl. I don't think I ate any. Well, I ate lunch. I guess I did eat something today before I went home and took a nap. I did not come in the office other than to film this evening. I've been out of the office all day long. I actually posted a picture from the doctor's office this morning. And then picked up lunch and went home. Texas Tech leading at the half 29-28. Karen, to be honest, I'm not sure where this friend goes. The bad husband in me didn't ask. Alrighty. So we know Karen's on Marshall. Alex is on South Florida. What's our buddy Reggie on? Where's Reggie and A-Rod today, huh? Karen's on Marshall in the under. Brian's on the Marshall money line. Alex, you fishing? Only 57 points in the first half in the Duke game. Do I think the second half will go over 77 points? Let me look at something. It's a very low-scoring Duke game, although Duke has been Duke is like 10-1 on the under, and this was an extremely low total, 149. Jensen, what's going on, bud? A lot of turnovers, 24 turnovers. Duke is 0 of 10. 0 for 10 from the three-point line. Shooting 38%, they're down by 1. What's that second half line on Duke? That's more appealing to me. What's the second half line that you guys have? Was it 6? I'd be laying Duke -6 or Duke -6.5 second half. Duke will start knocking down those threes. They're not going to be 0 for 20 at the end of the game. They're hitting 40. They're 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 12 of 32 from the field. A lot of missed opportunities for Duke in the first half. From the little bit that I watched the game while filming in the beginning, a lot of easy shots that they missed. Jensen, I like Duke -9.5 for the game. I like them. I like them for the game. What did Reggie say? I missed it. Oh, Randy G asked, are Vegas Insider's percentages accurate? They're fairly close when they want to be, Randy. Some of them are not. Some are absolutely very far-fetched. You have to be careful on those ones. Very nice, Alex. Nice yellowfin yesterday, huh? Good job. Did you sell it? Paid for today's wager, so you sold it? Reggie M's on whatever side we're not. Excellent. They will. The thing about the coaching, and good coaches are able to settle players at the half. They go into the locker room, they settle them down, reset, get back to what they're supposed to be doing, and they'll start knocking down shots. Duke will come out and play some lockdown. Mike, that would be a second half bet. Unless the yeah, it hasn't started yet. It wouldn't be a live bet, it would be a second half bet. Very nice, Alex. And we got the start of the football game. How about that? And the kickoff nearly went out of bounds. That would have been a nice start. Nope, no rain yet. I got a client at the game, Alex. He said it's coming, though. It's a lot of juice to lay, Brian. Marshall should have no problem running, and look at them. They're running the ball in the very first play all the way down. Every team has ran all over South Florida all year long. South Florida giving up over 200 yards a game rushing the ball. All right, let's move on to something else. Let's move on. Let's take a look at tomorrow's games. Let's take a look at tomorrow's games. But first, I need to check the score. Northern Illinois tied up with North Kentucky 33 apiece. They were up by 6 at the half. Hopefully, they straighten things out. We've got Northern Illinois catching 6.5 on the road against North Kentucky. Marshall dropping the ball in the end zone for 6 right there. Now tomorrow, college football, guys. Bowl games heating up. We're getting into the juicy games. Brian, do you guys not have ESPN in Canada? Florida International taking on Toledo tomorrow. Bright and early in the morning. 9:30 in the morning here in Vegas. 12:30 on the East Coast. Early game. Wow, no, I'm amazed. Cremon starting for Toledo. He's back and he re-enrolled in school. Later on tomorrow afternoon, Western Michigan, BYU. Going to be some great early action tomorrow in college football. We're going to break down some of these games. Who do you guys like? Post it up in the comments who you guys like. Love to see who you guys like. Uh-oh, Marshall. 4th and 7, and they turned the ball over. Uh-oh. Now, the only way South Florida is going to have a chance in this game is being able to stop Marshall's running game. 100% fact. And why Marshall didn't keep running the ball after that very first play is beyond me. Yes, Brian, 12:30 p.m. game. So, Brian, you're on our bowl package game. We did not have this game for our bowl package. So, stay tuned for some more bowl games tomorrow. Let's start with the first game. The makers wanted Bahamas Bowl. Tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, guys, it's on ESPN. Thomas Robinson Stadium in Nassau, Bahamas. See, this is the game where South Florida wanted to go to. South Florida didn't want to stay in their own stadium. Florida International taking on Toledo, game 217, 218. Conference USA facing off against the MAC. Interesting to note, the MAC is 0-3 in bowl games tonight. You know, Curtis, that's a good question. I can probably give you guys a free play in the NHL. If Brian doesn't mind, I'll give away a free play in the NHL. Brian's on our NHL package. He's in here. So we're going to make Brian the good guy or the bad guy. Brian, can I give away an NHL? Third and 15 for South Florida. Who needs to establish the run? Not passing it 4 yards on 3rd and 15. Curtis, if you get Brian to say yes, I'll give away one of our NHL hockey games. Brian says it's fair. I'm just teasing you, Brian. Golden Knights are at home tonight, but that is not one of our plays. We are not on the Golden Knights. I hope this one doesn't come back to haunt me, and I don't think it will. I actually really, really like it. Can I give you guys a game that's over? No, it starts in 17 minutes. Blackhawks in Dallas, under 6. It's one of our NHL package plays today. Chicago and Dallas, under 6 goals. Free NHL play. Give me 1 second, AV. I was going to say, Mavericks weren't favored. I didn't like that game, to be honest. The only game in the NBA that I liked was the Houston Rockets minus the 3. I do not like anything about the Dallas Clippers game. Dallas has got what? The 3 straight losses. Clippers got 4 straight losses. Dallas beat them 114-110 the last time they played, if I remember correctly. The total on that game is 220. To me, the game's a 50-50. I don't like putting on my money on anything that I think is going to be a 50-50. Back to the FIU Toledo game, 217-218. Let's pop up the money, see where the action is at before we break down the game. 80% of the public and their mother are on Florida International. Just 20% on Toledo. Everybody taking the dog. But here's an interesting fact, 100% fact. Favorites are undefeated against the spread in the bowl so far. Won't be after today, though. Sorry, Karen. Well, you bet the money line, so you'll be good. Marshall wins by 1. Wouldn't that be shit? You're welcome, Anton. Late flag in the game. Coming in from the back, holding on the offense, so that play's coming back. Brian, you're thanking me for the free play that I already gave you, bud. But you guys are always welcome. Curtis, I do have a bass boat. I have 2, not to brag. I got a little aluminum riverboat, a little Triton aluminum, and then I've got a 21-foot 21 TRX Triton. For when I head out on Lake Mead. And then a little riverboat when I go fish the river down below, down in Havasu or Yuma. Oh, of course Reggie's taking the over 6. Hey, Reggie, how'd that work out for you yesterday? Did you make any money? Alex, Reggie, are you the same Reggie from the Nutty Professor? Goose Trends. Goose, you changed your name. What's going on, buddy? Oh, Ty McAdams still at work. Ty, here's a shout out to you. But I just sent you a message with the play. Goose asked, do we have any college basketball plays that I like? All the games that I gave out on my college card have already started. Duke doing the exact opposite of what we were thinking early on. But looking at the rest of the card, Long Beach versus Pepperdine. Long Beach generally plays teams like USC fairly. They should have no issues rolling over Pepperdine. Prairie View in Seattle. I like the favorite in that one. UTSA versus Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. For some reason, I like the over in that game, but I'm not sure. I didn't bet it. We were thinking Duke would roll the second half. Still early. Duke 0 for 2 on three-pointers in the second half. They need to start knocking them down. Just like South Florida's going to need to establish a run if they want to have a chance against Marshall. Back to the FIU Toledo game. Florida Internationals 9-1 against the spread their last 10 games versus an opponent when traveling over 1,000 miles. Toledo is 0-5 against the spread the last 2 years when they're favored by 7 points or less. Florida International is 11-3-1 on the over the last 5 years after a conference straight-up loss. Big pass by South Florida, and he overshoots the receiver. Bummer. Bummer. Rockets up early, leading 15-10. 4 minutes into the NBA game, but we all know how the NBA goes. They'll change lead 10 times. Marshall and South Florida playing for field position right now. You can see that field's a little wet and slippery. You can see them slipping with their cleats in that grass. Back to Florida International. Toledo, we're all over the board today. 8-4, Florida International, 9-3 against the spread. Toledo 7-5 straight up, 6-6 against the spread. Butch Davis, the head coach for the Conference USA Florida International team. Jason Candle coaching Toledo out of the MAC. The MAC is 0-3 so far this year in bowl games. Both teams fell short of their conference championship games. But a trip to the Bahamas is a nice consolation prize for these kids. Florida International missed out on the conference title game after losing 28-25 to Marshall in its season finale. Florida International, no doubt about it, exceeded expectations by going over its season win total of 5. And they were competitive all year long except in a 49-41 loss to Florida Atlantic. At 8-4 straight up, 9-3 against the spread. Led by quarterback James Morgan. He had 26 touchdowns on 7 interceptions. Florida International has had a lot of success against Toledo. Or, sorry, they should have a lot of success against Toledo's number 105th ranked passing defense. No doubt about it, Toledo underachieved this year. Going 7-5. Falling short of its season win total of going over the total of 8. Toledo would be an even bigger favorite this year if it wasn't for the loss of their quarterback Mitchell. I can't pronounce that kid's last name. Dagny. Backup quarterback Eli Peters. I mean, he's been okay at times, and he did lead the Toledo Rockets to a 3-1 winning record down the stretch, with the only loss being in the MAC championship to Northern Illinois, who lost in a bowl game. FIU looks, guys, they looked right the side, catching points on the road in the Bahamas. Total on this game has absolutely been moving like crazy. Total opened up at 67. It's now down to 56.5. When you look at the game day breakdown, Florida International, let's pop up the percentages of that and see why it's dropping. 54% are on the under, 46% are on the over, so it's not a big high swing game where it's heavily loaded on one side. Okay, I did just see this. Actually, no, I knew about this one. FIU's running back, Shondarius Phillips, he's not traveling with the team to the Bahamas after he was arrested on December 12th, nearly 6 months after an incident took place. So he's out. Their big running back is out. The best part is that kid played the entire year with a warrant out for his arrest. How did that happen? That kid played an entire year with a warrant out for his arrest. When you look at the stats of the teams, Florida International averaging 34.6 points per game, Toledo averaging 41.1. Florida International gets the job done, averaging 248 yards in the air, 170 on the ground. Toledo just a little bit more dimensional, averaging 225 on the ground and 224. Sorry, 225 in the air, 224 on the ground. 1st and 5, looks like an offsides. on the defensive side of things. Yeah, Williams sent me a text message about the warrant only being executable if he left the state. But yeah, he left the state many times for every one of his games. But on the defensive side of the game, Florida International gives up 24.7 points per game. Toledo gives up 30.2. Florida International holding teams to 188 passing yards, 198 on the ground. Toledo gives up 257 in the air, 173 on the ground. Turnover differential. Florida International leads the charge, ends the year +9 on the turnovers. Toledo +3 on the turnovers. Looking at the records, starting with Toledo. Opened up the year with a win against Virginia Military. They lost to Miami the next week. They got blown out 49-24. They beat Nevada 63-44. Sorry. They lost to Fresno State. They beat Bowling Green. They lost to Eastern Michigan. They lost to Buffalo. They came back, beat Western Michigan 51-24. Then the next week they beat Ball State. They lost to Northern Illinois 38-15. They beat Kent State 56-34 in a game where there was 90 points scored. Then the end of the year beating Central Michigan 51-13. Blowing teams out. Florida International started out the year losing to Indiana 38-28. Came back, beat Old Dominion 28-20. Then beat they went and beat up on Massachusetts. But who doesn't beat up on Massachusetts? They lost to Miami. Both these teams that played Miami, both lost. Florida International lost 31-17. Must be related to Josh Gordon. Yeah. Big reverse, big trick play by Marshall there. Get the ball downfield. Down inside the red zone. I'm actually surprised Marshall's not running the ball more. Once they stopped, they grabbed him. In the red zone, all Marshall's got to do is run the ball. Touchdown, Marshall. Duke down by 5 early. Northern Illinois down by 2. 10 minutes to go in the second. How's our NBA looking? Rockets up by 11 early. Up 25-14. These guys, Florida International and Toledo, they've played each other in a bowl game. I mean, it was 8 years ago, but they played each other. Florida International and Toledo, they played back in 2010 in the Motor City Bowl, where Toledo was laying 2, and they won 34-32. They also met in 09 and 08 as well. Florida International has lost their last 2 bowl games. Losing to Temple last year in the Gasparilla Bowl, the bowl that's on right now. Recent Florida International Bowl game trends. FIU has back-to-back bowl games. Sorry, has lost back-to-back bowl games since winning its first. FIU was blown out 28-3 last year in its first bowl game as an underdog. And the Florida International Panthers, guys, are still looking for their first ever against the spread win in a bowl game. Rockets playing good. We're going to have to keep that trend up. Curtis be fishing. I'm going to do a live show one day. From the water, from the boat. I don't know where you saw that trend, Goose, that the Sharps were on the heat. The public is on the heat. Sharps were not on the heat. I don't know where you're getting your stats and information from, but the Sharps were not right in the heat. That's 100% fact. A lot of little public bets came in on the heat today. Trying to pop up some information here. William, why'd you text me, call me asshole? Okay, asshole. You ask, I deliver. Yeah, I was never a fan of Chara, Steven. William, text was for your brother. Oops, it's okay. I'll call you an asshole anyways with a smile on my face. Oh, Jesus. Reggie M, just go against this fool. He always loses. Watch, Heat went out right today. Good old Reggie. Didn't we already put Reggie in timeout once? Life must be rough for Reggie. Duke finally hit a three-pointer? No way. I don't believe it. Say it ain't so. Holy shit, they're 1 of 15. I did say they were not going to go 0 for 20. So, oh my lord, look at that bad snap by South Florida. Marshall picked up the bad snap. That was like a direct snap forward to Marshall. Oh my lord. That might be like the best play of the year that I've seen. South Florida kids betting against themselves today. All right, I'm going to turn that Duke game on, because that's probably more interesting on this football game. Duke up by 3. Duke rolling. Duke rolling. Barrett with a nice basket. Duke up by 1. Anton, Kyle, you ever eat at Rollin' Smoke Barbecue? Isn't there one out by Summerlin? I've never been to one though. Is it good? You know me, I'm fat. I like barbecue. 32-17 Rockets. I love it. Absolutely love it. Alex, I forget. Did you bet the game? Did you bet on South Florida? Put me on it. Hey, I'm not that fat, Curtis. I'm not that fat. I carry it all in my cheeks and my belly. Other than that, chicken legs all the way around. Tomorrow, guys, if I was taking an early lean on the game, and we're going to be diving into it tonight, but if I was leaning, which I am leaning as of right now, an early lean on the game, I do like FIU plus the points. I do like them catching 7. Texas Tech takes the lead right back. Wow. Duke just gave the ball back. Sloppy play by Duke in this game. Beef cheeks and pork belly. Oh, man. Brian, they're not supposed to be scoring. Don't tell me that. Supposed to have under 6, not 1-0. That game will probably be a high-scoring game. They score 1 in the first minute with my luck. That next game tomorrow, Game 219, 220, BYU and Western Michigan. Check a score here before we break down this next game. Northern Illinois making it a close one with 4 minutes to go. Interesting fact on Northern Illinois college basketball. 7-1 against the spread this year. To start, 7-1. Great against the spread team. Catching 6.5. They're down by 5 right now with 3:52 to go. Football is early. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. And just like that, look at that. Look at all the underbettors sweating right now. Look at the underbettors sweating. 21 points in the first quarter. Underbettors going, uh-oh. You know how that weather is, right? The weather be scaring everybody. Second half's going to be no scoring. Well, that's fine. It'll probably be over in the first half for you there, Karen. I'm just teasing you. I hope it stays. For all the underbettors, I hope it stays under. For all the overbettors, I hope it goes over. There's 7 right there almost. Oh. It was looking like he was going to run it back. Look at all the underbettors squawking already, getting nervous in their chairs. Houston still rolling. The Rockets still rolling up 36-23. The start of the second. Blackhawks are winning 7-0. Northern Illinois slipping down 8 for me. Breaking down the BYU Western Michigan game. Popping up the odds on that game for tomorrow. 82% of the public riding Western Michigan early. Just 18% are on BYU, the 6-6. Too early to tell on the total, but as of right now, the public is leaning towards the over as well. Another MAC team playing in a bowl game. I believe they got 6 teams in playing in bowl games. They're 0-3. They got two teams playing tomorrow. BYU and Western Michigan. They got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl game up at Albertson Stadium, Boise. BYU, like I said, 6-6 straight up, 8-4 against the spread. Western Michigan sitting 4-8 against the spread, but 7-5 straight up. Looking at some breakdowns. I'll tell you this. Paul Howard likes Brigham Young minus the 12 as one of his bowl game best bets. Dave Tully likes Western Michigan plus the points. Steve Macon likes BYU in the under. Brent Musburger likes BYU in the over. Consensus report all leads to BYU plus the points. Sorry, minus the points. As well as the consensus also leans on the under. Western Michigan 7-5, BYU 6-6. Exceeded their season win totals of 6-5 respectively. Western Michigan was already bowl eligible at 6-2 when it faced Toledo on October 25th. And their quarterback, what was his name? Joe Wazink, he tore a ligament in his right ankle, and he was done for the season. The Broncos ended up losing that game. They ended up going 1-3 down the stretch with their backup quarterback. Their one win was over the MAC champions, Northern Illinois. Overbettors getting nervous. That's 28 points on the board in the first quarter, and there's still time. There's still time for a big kickoff return. We could see 35 points in the first quarter with a total of 51 or whatever it was, and everybody's sweating. All Marshall needs to do is run the ball. That's all Marshall needs to do. Yes, Randy, you are correct. I forgot about Ohio last night. They are in the MAC, so they're 3-1 on bowl games. You are correct. Duke up by 5, 4:28 to go. Duke minus 6 or 6.5. Paul, what's going on, buddy? Second half's looking good. Two minutes, 2 seconds left in the North Kentucky, Northern Illinois college hoops game. North Kentucky with a 7-point lead. All right, back to the BYU Western Michigan game. BYU averaging scoring 25.4 points per game. Western Michigan averaging 33.2 points per game. BYU got the job done this year. Became bowl eligible, averaging 200 yards a game in the air. 155 on the ground. How about that 360 spin? Ion, wow, but it was a foul. That's not a foul if you guys are watching that Duke game. Anybody watching the Duke game? Alex, I don't see a foul. That was a clean spin. That was actually a beautiful play. Western Michigan got the job done this year. Averaging 244 yards in the air, 205 on the ground. 205 on the ground on 44 carries. Average per game. Averaging 4.7 per carry. On the defensive side of things, BYU holding teams to 21.7 points per game. Western Michigan been giving up 33.3. BYU giving up 195 yards in the air, 131 on the ground. Western Michigan averaging giving up 209 in the air, 169 on the ground. Duke is rolling. They're not covering that spread, though. They've actually made 2 3-pointers in the second half. They're 2 of 8, hitting a whopping 11% on the game, 2 out of 18, after starting the game goose egg for 10 in the first half. Northern Illinois down by 4 with 1:05 left. They just got the ball off a nice rebound. Northern Illinois trying to play upset here against North Kentucky and keep their against the spread win record impeccable. BYU started the year off with a big win against Arizona. They were catching 10.5 points on the road. They beat Arizona 28-23. Next week, they had Cal at home. They were laying 2. I remember this because we were all over Cal on that game. It's one of the big premium plays that we had. We were riding Cal against BYU. Cal got the job done for us. Catching 2 points on the road, beating BYU 21-18. Then they went back the very next week, catching 23.5, and we rode BYU. The very next week against Wisconsin, they beat Wisconsin outright 24-21, while they were catching 23.5 points on the road. They beat McNeese State. They lost to Washington 35-7. They lost to Utah State 45-20. They beat Hawaii 49-23. They lost to Northern Illinois 7-6. They lost to Boise State 21-16. Then down the stretch, they beat Massachusetts, but who didn't? They beat New Mexico State 45-10, then they lost to Utah 35-27. Sorry, I was trying to look at some stats from this Texas Tech Duke game. We already went over the consensus report on this. The consensus has BYU in the under. Steve Makin's got BYU in the under. Brent Musburger's got BYU in the over. Paulie Howard's got BYU minus a 12. Dave Tully's taking Western Michigan plus 12 as a best bet. Duke rolling. Duke up 6. Knocking down a big one there. Duke ball out of bounds. 28.4 seconds in the North Kentucky game. Northern Illinois battling back. They're down by 1. I do have a lean on this game. It'll be an official play tomorrow. Yeah, Zion got robbed, absolutely. Duke up 8. RJ Barrett sitting with 16 points on the game. This is the biggest lead of the game for Duke. Coach K looking like he's going to have a good stroke. Yeah, Randy, a lot of good info on VSIN. Yeah, Zion Williamson fouled out RJ Barrett with 4 fouls. Barrett's got to be careful down the stretch, the final 2.5 minutes. Northern Illinois, Northern Kentucky playing that foul game. Up by 3. Northern Illinois missing free throws. They could have got it within 2. I don't care if they win the game outright as long as they cover the spread for us. Northern Illinois was one of my personal plays today. Northern Illinois plus 6.5 on the road against North Kentucky. They're sitting 7-1 against the spread on the year. And hopefully it'll be 8-1 against the spread for us here. Just a second. Duke up by 7. Rockets led the Heat come back. Yeah, 48-46. Heat having a big second quarter. I mean, that's going to happen, basketball. I stopped stressing and watching basketball, especially the NBA. When you got big money on a game, the game's going back and forth 30 times a game. Jensen, I think you get Duke minus 10. I think it comes through for you, bud. I think it comes through for all of us. I'm on Duke as well, bud. I think we get it. And hopefully everybody Hopefully everybody bet that Duke second half -6 or -6.5. Yeah, Anton, I put it up. I got it on the screen now. There's that big three you're talking about. Oh, offensive foul. Wow. Duke with 8 offensive fouls. Wow, unbelievable. Haha, Steven. Go home, Reggie. I didn't even see Reggie's comment. Northern Illinois, nice winner for all my personal play clients today. Northern Illinois plus the 6.5. Losing to Northern Kentucky 65-62. They go to 8-1 against the spread. Duke up by 7. Thank you, Michael. Excellent job, Brian. Damn, Marshall threw an interception. You guys are being awfully quiet about that Marshall game. I'm not even watching it. Duke been taking some bad shots, too. Duke should absolutely be just smashing Texas Tech in the second half. Offensive fouls, bad shots. Up 7. We're going to need some good free throw shooting by Duke and some defense and some good rebounding. Duke missed their last 8 shots. Is that what he just said? Wow. I think this game, as long as it doesn't get tied and go to overtime, or they don't shoot 30 free throws, this will make Duke 11-1 on the under, guys. Money from the free throw line, up by 9. We need a big miss here. There we go, Duke ball. Wow, Barrett. I don't even know why he was shooting that ball. I don't even know why Duke was shooting that ball. Up 9 on a fast break. Coach K yelling at him. Kill that 30 seconds. But they got the ball back and a foul. Going for that up by 10 and 11, hopefully. It's going to be up to White. No Zion, no problem. It's a big basket right there. Well, Curtis, that Canadian better not commit another foul in the next 31.5 seconds. Or they just get the ball to White Let them foul white down the stretch. But I did never tell you guys my lean on the game. I'm not sure you guys even care, especially the way our free plays have been lately. Early, I do like BYU. The public is all over Western Michigan. Big air ball by Texas Tech right there. Duke up by 11 with the ball. That is probably going to end it right there. That should wrap it up. Barrett being pulled off the court. Coach K pulling the starters. Joyce, do I have game over? Congratulations, Duke Betters. Second half winner. As well as full game. We got it done at the end. My personal play clients, congratulations. Nice 2-0, everybody. Northern Illinois plus the points. Duke minus the points. Joyce, do I have a lean on the over and under that game? I don't have anything solid for a lean on that game as far as the total goes. I can definitely, if Long Beach rolls, man, hey, I think hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me tell you this, and then we're going to say something about old Reggie. If Long Beach rolls over Pepperdine like they should, and it's no contest for Long Beach like it should, then the game will go under, Joyce. If it's a competitive game and Long Beach shoots their high 70s, low 80s, mid 80s, and it's a competitive game, there's a chance that it'll go over. I mean, it's got a total of 158. So as long as Long Beach rolls, then I think the game stays under. Daniel, you had to take over in the NCAA football for that package. They are scoring. We did not play that game. Not even for our college football package. We don't play every single game. But we do not have one play on the college football game today. We've actually been joking with some of the other people that are on Marshall or Marshall Moneyline. I personally liked South Florida and the over, but I don't have $1 on it. That shows you how much I didn't really like them. Now, back to what I was going to say. I think Reggie's our little good luck charm. Hey, Reg, you're welcome here in my book any day of the week. All right? You can stay here however long you want, Reggie. It don't matter. Daniel, what's your opinion on overs in bowl games? A lot seem to go over, right? Before yesterday, it was 50-50. Bowl games, I believe, were 50-50. You're right, Reggie. I still can't pick a winner. I still can't pick a winner. You're right. I highly recommend, Reggie, that you bet the opposite long term of everything that I give out. And then let me know how it works out for you, Reg. Brian, Seattle's at 13.5 now. Did you already bet it, hopefully? Hopefully you bet it earlier. There's still 13 here in Vegas. At one book. Let me see. Let me pop up the rest. They're all over the place here. Jensen, absolutely. We gotta love some Duke ball there. They showed up at the right time. Duke getting the job done when it mattered. And where it mattered. And that's all that matters. So, leans, BYU, minus the points. Florida International, plus the points. For tomorrow, we'll have some free plays out later in tomorrow's daily video. It's actually a rather strange day. There's not much going on. Just the 2 NBA games. Rockets up 58-53 at the half after let Miami catch back up a little. Marshall defending that one. South Florida letting it hit his fingertips. Hopefully you guys were able to hit the second half on Duke as well. I think it was Alex that asked what I thought about the second half, the over in that game. We instantly switched it to Duke rolling minus the points. I wish you would have pulled the trigger, bud. I wish you would have pulled. It's okay. Anything else to bet tonight? Let's see. I mean, the Dallas and the Clippers game. I don't like anything about it. DeAndre Jordan's back in LA to play his former team. And you know how that goes. But that's that. Very short night tonight. Edwin, the second half in college basketball could be absolute money makers. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. For everybody that was on the fence for my personal plays, you can get 2 days of my, or not 2 days, 1 month of my personal plays for the 12 Days of Christmas sale. 12 Days of Christmas sale, guys. Today's day 8 for us. We've been doing it for 9 years. They had my personal plays on sale for $7.49 for a whole month. It's half off. Right on the website. Pretty good deal, if you ask me. Reggie, I hope you bet against me on that Duke second half. Jensen, you had Northern Kentucky? Alex, second half, you got to pick them on the Heat and Rockets. What do I think? Here's my reasoning behind why I would not bet this. We already have the Rockets -3. They're up 5 at the half. So if we take them as a pick 'em, we need them to win by 6 to cover our second half bet. We already got big action on the Rockets -3. They got to win by 4, and we're all rewarded handsomely. So all you're doing is making your original bet even tougher by putting more money on a higher number. Now, if they were getting points and they were catching points in the second half, and it dropped your overall buy number down, then I would definitely consider it. I mean, if they were getting 3 or getting 4, and it dropped that line back down to Rockets, the overall line Rockets -3 or Rockets -2, and there was a chance for a middle, I would definitely consider it. But especially on a game where they're playing back-to-back nights, I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them just to get the job done. No, Jensen, I said Duke would cover with 3 minutes left. Go back and watch what I said. I said Duke absolutely would cover. That Duke would get the job done down the stretch. Oh, yeah, the North Kentucky money line. Money line. I gave out Northern Illinois to my personal clients. My opinion on the under 103.5 second half, I don't like it. I know Houston, they have the chance of getting tired down the stretch. Guys, these are professional athletes. They shouldn't be getting tired on a back-to-back night. It's not like they played 3 games in 4 days. They've scored 111 points in the first half. Generally speaking, they score more in the second half. Yeah, the fouls and the foul game, and when it's a close game at the end, this is a close game. Is it going to remain a close game? I don't know. We'll find out. But if it remains a close game by 5 or 6 points or 10 to 12 points, and it comes down to a free throw shooting contest, that last minute, add an extra, anywhere from 10 to 15 points on top of what they're going to score in that second half. So if they score 100, even 95, and it's a close game, and you add another 12 to 15 points for that free throw game, your total of 103.5 is dead in the water. Yes, Reggie, we got lucky. We get lucky all the time. I'd say I'm going to get lucky when I get home tonight, but wife probably wants nothing to do with this being sick and 2 ear infections. So I'm probably going to strike out when I get home. Oh, absolutely. They all get tired. They still push through it, though. You're not going to see Harden come out because he's too tired to play. Curtis, the pups will cuddle with me. Jensen, absolutely. Walk in there with pride, man. Walk in there with pride. I gotta tell you, when you guys pick up from your books, when you guys collect from your bookies or your local betting house, wherever it may be, there's a hold and a face mask on Marshall. When you guys walk in, you need to be walking in with your chest puffed up, walking in like your shit don't stink, with that smile on your face, like you're the big swinging dick in the world. Because I promise you, when you pay your book and he closes down and he walks out with that suitcase full of money and hops in his black Mercedes and drives off, he's smiling. And I guarantee you he ain't smiling when he pays you either. That's what we're about, guys. We're about making sure you guys pick up from your bookies a lot more than you ever have to pay. Now everybody knows we had a bad Monday. Exactly, Daniel. Walk tall. Got to pull a McGregor. When you walk into your bookie, walk in like you own the joint. Absolutely walk in like you own the joint. Everybody knows we ran that big promotion. I hate Connor's walk too, but when you go collect from your book, man, you better walk in like you're the shit. Walk in like Vince McMahon. There you go, Johnny. We ran that promotion on Monday. We had a great response. A huge response. And we signed up a lot of people. We gave out a free day of premium plays on Monday. It was a great day as far as bringing on new clients, bringing on past clients, rewarding current clients that maybe they're on our bowl package. We gave them premium plays. They're on our NHL package. We gave them premium plays. And we absolutely shit the bed on Monday. We had a bad day. It happens. Yeah, Reggie. Oh, you lost Monday because you can't pick winners. Yep, we definitely didn't pick any winners on Monday. It's a fact. But what we did do is we've taken care of every single one of our clients with free premium plays. And we'll take care of them until we get the job done, because we take care of people here. And that goes when you sign up with us too. We'll take care of our clients till the end. Not like other fake services. We're not going to say, hey, you know, I know you know, you signed up with us, we lost, but go pay Billy Bob Joe in the basement $7. or Cindy Lauper in the closet. $6. He's on fire. We don't push you off to anybody else. We don't push packages down your throat. We don't chase you when you're not with us. Thank you, Gerald. Johnny, I never worry about the haters. If I did, I would block them, but I don't because I get a kick out of him being here. He hates so much, yet he's here for over 2 hours. Yeah, I don't film from my kitchen either. Or use my trash can to hold up my camera or light. Thank you, Michael. I don't give out enough of them, but I should. Thank you, Johnny. And guys, I appreciate it, each and every single one of you. I wish there was more on today's card to give you guys. But here's the thing. I don't want to just give you guys a free play and I'm not betting it. You know, I don't want to just give you guys a game just to bet. 2 nights ago, I didn't even have any personal plays. My personal play clients that are on here that get them, no, I didn't have any plays. Two nights ago. I don't have to play every single day, so I mean, I don't want to give you guys just make up a free play to make up a free play to give you guys action. I think that's the wrong thing to do. I'd be gambling. And I don't like gambling. I know in the long run it's still all gambling, but I like to minimize. I'd rather invest in the long run. South Florida backed up in their end zone in trouble. I appreciate it, Michael. I'll be honest, today's show, normally I've got a script and all the information that I go on, so if today's show sucked, I do apologize. But I'll be honest, I normally spend my Thursdays, I get into the office, get my players on games, and then I write the show. I get with Jay, he gets me the information, and I write what I want to, put down for the show, or at least give me the basis. Today, I got up, went into the office, filmed a very quick video, said I'm out of here, going to the doctor. Went to the doctor. Found out I had double ear infections and a viral infection. Went home, and I slept. I slept until 4 o'clock. Got up, raced from Boulder City back down here. Got in the office at 4:40. Sorry, 3:40. I'm off. 3:40. So we can go live at 7 Eastern. So the show, I won it today, so I do apologize for its no order. Alex, what specials are you running? I don't know what they're going to be running tomorrow, but as far as personal plays, They've got a month, either 3 days at $99, a month at $7.50. Sorry, $7.49 for a month. And then what was the other one that they still had? They still have the month of premiums for $4.99, which that was supposed to be taken off. So if you want that, I would check that out before tonight, because they'll catch that tonight. And then a month of the NHL for $2.50, either one. There's still time to get on our college bowl game package, guys. If you're not on our bowl game package, it's 20 games minimum. Guaranteed 70%, or you get 2 weeks of our premium plays. Absolutely free. The bowl game package is $3.99. Hopefully today we have a nice day for our premium plays. We just knocked out a big 2-0 for my personal plays. Uh-oh, there's another touchdown for Marshall. Karen, Reggie already said the show sucks. Of course he did. But he's here, you know, so it must not suck that bad. Either that or he just has a boring life. Assuming I have a voice tomorrow, I'm going to try and go live tomorrow in the morning. We've got bowl game action earlier tomorrow than normal. We got the Bahamas Bowl at 12:30 Eastern Time. We got the Idaho Potato Bowl game at 4 p.m. Eastern. So look for an impromptu live edition tomorrow. I can't promise anything. As long as I can talk, at least like now. I mean, it hurts to talk, but as long as I can talk, I'll go live tomorrow. Maybe get you guys some more free plays as a makeup. See what we can do. But that's that. Good luck to everybody that's betting our free plays. Good luck to everybody that's still on our premium plays. We are definitely overdue. Miami out shooting the Rockets early in the third. Outscoring 11-5. Now taking their first lead 64-63. I'm sure that'll probably change 30 more times. But enjoy, guys and gals. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go home, stop off at the pharmacy, pick up my antibiotics, and go to sleep. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and bearing with me when we had technical difficulties earlier today. Thank you, everybody. Be safe, and good luck tonight. Continued good luck. Reggie, I hope you lose everything, buddy. And thank you for the haters for tuning in as well. We love you all. Good luck to everybody that bet Marshall money line. I know Karen, Brian. Good luck on the under betters. You may look at hedging. Let's see what the second half total is here in just a couple minutes. I'll probably put that second half total around 24 or 26. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.